All right, so I hope you had fun playing with participles, absolutes, and positives last week. This week, I'm going to give you 3 more concrete tools you could add to your writing to make you sound much more grown up and much more polished. All right, first up are adjectives shifted out of order. So oftentimes we have sort of a string of adjectives before a noun that they're describing, but if you actually divvy up the placement and maybe put 1 before the noun and 2 after, you actually can create a pretty cool motion effect. So the example I'm giving you here is my traditional way of doing it. So the example, the large, red-eyed, angry bull charged the matador. Okay, it's cool. I can see him with his red eyes and he's probably snorting. But if I do the large bull, red-eyed and angry, charged the matador, I don't know if you can hear the drama of the second sentence, but I love it so much more than the first one. So play with the placement of those adjectives and you can create a nice effect. I'm actually giving you 2 examples this time around from literature, just as we did last week. First is Caleb Carr's The Alienist. They're easy for me to say. All right, so we have the pavilion was a simple city, long and rectangular. I like that instead of the pavilion was a simple, long, rectangular city. Blah, blah, blah. But by shifting those adjectives, we create, I don't know, like a little bit of like epicness. And then we have Robert Newton Peck's classic middle school book, A Day No Pigs Would Die. Oh, I could smell mama, crisp and starch, plump in my pillow, and the cool muslin pillowcase touched both my ears as the back of my head sank into all those feathers. Oh, yes. What a beautiful sentence, Mr. Peck. And of course, it's got our adjectives shifted out of order. Instead of I could smell, I don't know, mama's crisp starched apron or something like that. Now we have mama crisp and starched. I just love that placement. Again, it's got good motion to the sentence, and that's what shifting the order of your adjectives can do. All right, your next tool for your toolbox, use vivid verbs. You know, teachers say this a lot, but what are we talking about? We basically want you to get rid of all of those placeholder verbs, the to be, is. To be verbs are like is, was, were, might have been, could be, are, and just get more vivid choices. When I see the verb got or gotten, there is always a better choice than got, right? You can always do something that has a little bit more snap to it. For my example here, the gravel road was on the left side of the barn. Was is your to be verb. It's just so boring. It's just there. But we can have instead the gravel road curled around the left side of the barn. And now curled has a more visual impact than it just was on the left side of the barn. Here's a professional example from one of my favorite American writers. If you have not read a John Steinbeck, you need to do that. This is from Of Mice and Men, a wonderful novella. Lenny dabbled his big paw in the water and wiggled his fingers so the water arose in little splashes. Rings widened across the pool to the other side and came back again. Oh, Lenny, if you know the story, you know I'm getting a little choked up right now. I also love the idea of the rings widened across the pool, not like rings were formed or rings appeared, but rings widened across the pool to the other side and came back again. It makes me think of that one stone plopping into the pond and making that effect. All right, and your last tool for your writer's toolbox this week are similes and metaphors. I'm giving you a 2-for-1 here. Similes and metaphors are both there to be comparative tools. And of course, you know that similes do this with connective wording such as like or as or in the manner of or as similar to. Metaphors do it without any of that connective wording. And so here are some examples. A flat sentence, the wind cut through my scarf and froze my neck. Although I do like the wind cut. That's kind of a nice vivid verb. But we can make it even better by using a simile. The wind, as icy as a witch's curse, cut through my scarf and froze my neck. I don't know if you can feel it. It feels a little more chilly. And then we have some examples from literature and from, of course, pop music, the legend, Pat Benatar. All right, but first up, A.J. Cronin gives us the simile. A pure white mist crept over the water like breath upon a mirror. And you can kind of see the mist kind of rolling over that mirrored, I guess, quality of the lake or the pond. And then, of course, metaphor. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Love is a battlefield. Pat Benatar is right. No simile there, just a simple metaphor. All right, now, just like last week, y'all, I want you to take these 3 tools, adjectives shifted out of order, vivid verbs, and similes and metaphors, you can pick whichever ones you want, and add these to the sentences, I'm sorry, the short paragraphs you wrote for me 2 weeks ago. So if you weren't here from the beginning of this short creative writing lesson, 2 weeks back, and I'll put the link in the video description below, I had you guys take my simple telling sentences. I was exhausted, my puppy was a terror, my friend was so mad, and the substitute teacher was strange. And then you turned those simple declarative telling sentences into short, descriptive, like awesome short paragraphs. And then last week we added to them, adding participles, absolutes, and appositives. And this week in the comment section, I want to see you adding in some adjectives out of order, vivid verbs, and similes and metaphors. Leave it in the comment section below. You guys know, unfortunately, I cannot respond to every single comment just because life is crazy right now, but I do read them all and I love them. So school appropriate work, right? I've got a bunch of kids and teenagers running around this website or this YouTube channel. It's a website too, but whatever, running around the YouTube channel. So keep it clean down there, but be supportive. If you see an opportunity where somebody could like zhuzh up their sentence even more, hit a reply and give them like, hey, did you think about adding this simile? Or, ooh, this would be kind of a cool way to put this adjective here. All right, you guys, be supportive and loving towards one another. Have a great weekend. I'll be back on Monday with mechanics, usage, and grammar work. On Wednesday, always with high-level vocab words. And then every Friday, you don't know what's coming. This is probably going to wrap up this creative writing little package that I did for you guys here. But I'll be back next Friday with another cool little drop of high school English awesomeness. Hey, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button on the video. It helps other folks find us and enjoy the good work that we're doing here. All right, you guys, I will see you on Monday. Bye.